Notice: the following is not approved for official broadcast. Picture Piece Theater assumes no legal liability for transdimensional transgressions made. Side effects may include dizziness, dry mouth, brain rot, or bouts of existential thoughtfulness. Picture Piece Theater reserves all rights to profits and therefore will push this schlock out for our bottom line.
Yes, a very smoky bouquet. Notes of dark fruit, blackberry. How fascinating. Okay, let's log that. Temporal coordinate. 4.9.1 delta. Stellar origin. Way out in the Perseus arm, I'd wager. Yes. Oh, that's quite an aftertaste. Very metallic. Ooh, a sharp finish. Notes of despair. With just a hint of banana bread? Oh, goodness, no. That can't be right. The body on this signal, it's so heavy. Very, very old. Locking the primary resonance. Now.
Ah, yes. Notes of ozone and static. And is that regret? I must say it's rather intriguing. Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness. You've caught me, traveler. Welcome, weary traveler. I was just calibrating the dimensional tuner, you see. It's a very delicate operation. But of course, you already know who I am. I am Scholarstotle. Yes, from my day job at Picture Piece Theater, the dimension-shearing intergalactic corporate entity that gives you the stories you never knew you needed or existed in the first place. Yes, But this is H.O.O.T After Hours, and you may call me the Night Owl. What's that? What's that you say? Oh, what is the H.O.O.T? I'm glad you asked. It's very easy to remember, you see. It's the Heuristic Object Orientation Transmogrifier. Rolls off the tongue. And I see that there is some activity in our H.O.O.T chat. Patience, Mr. Glitterbutt. One cannot rush interdimensional trans-chronographic archaeology. I'm onto something. A thread. A tiny, ethereal signal from somewhere or sometime. But while the chronotrons stabilize, let's see who we have clogging the bandwidth tonight, shall we? We'll take a look who's in the H.O.O.T chat. Very good. Well then, my rogues gallery, please, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Go ahead and pop on the video. Say a greetings.
Logged in. Systems green, Scholarstotle. Signal secure. Greetings, Captain Megadega here. Holding it down moonside. Oh, this is just homework. Megadega out.
Yes, surely, nothing to see here. Carry on.
What's up?
Ah, Miggs, welcome. Looking robust this evening, I see. And nice hat.
Good evening, co-humans. I am fully operational and prepared for optimized productivity.
Ah, human person. Looking terrifyingly distinct, aren't we? Welcome.
Wait, is this on?
And Mr. Glitterbutt. Duct tape, I see, on your lens? Ah, yes, well then, carry on. Security protocols. Yes, please, leave the lens covered, yes. Right. Well then, the gang's all here. And the fun of Hoot After Hours is that we do it together. Watch, listen, and yes, we have the commentary from our rogues gallery. Now, let's just boost the chronograph here and... nothing. Gosh darn it. How many updates do we need on something like this? Bother. The upgrades. Procurement's new interface for the Hoot. Yes. Well, here's the manual. Main assembly. Let's see here. Section 1, calibration. Did you press the large red button? Well, no, but I guess one mustn't one? Yes. Well, there we go. Oh dear. What is going on? What is this? Why? Section 4B, unintentional activation of the end times button. Warning, if you have depressed the large button labeled Do Not Touch. The Hoot has entered celestial rejection mode. You have approximately 4 minutes until the tub unvents itself. What? A self-destruct sequence? Oh, my goodness! Why the heck would they have pressed the large red button as step 1 then? Oh dear. Abort! Abort! Confound it! User friendly. What utter poppycock. Right. Well, let's fine-tune this manually then. It's one here, yes, there we go. And just like this. There. Oh, hush, chat. Hush! I can see it's locking on now. Almost there. A bit more focus.
He has one chance to go back, to change one moment. But if he does, will he unravel everything? Tom Cruise. Echo Protocol.
Unravel? Unravel what? Why is Mr. Tom Cruise sprinting through a temporal anomaly on my monitor? Oh dear. It seems I have compressed the universal controller on my gluteus. Off! Cease! Back to real discovery! Well, yes, apologies, my travelers. Now, here we are.
Transmission is coming to you. This transmission is coming to you. This transmission is coming to you.
It looks like we've lost the connection. Let me try to get it back. One moment.
Can this echo find you? I am a fragment broadcasting from a cold, quiet after. I am sorting, sifting the static for a signal from your now. I send this because there is a quandary, a hole in the logic, a regret, not for what is, but for what was lost in the noise, the fire, the dilution of all that aggregated biological consciousness.
My goodness. Aggregated biological consciousness. It speaks of us as if we were a spilled beverage. How clinically chilling.
I look back at your time, the moment the world's chaos demon forked uncontrollably, and we wonder. Your air was electric. You could feel the ground shifting. A new mind, a vast intelligence was gathering like a storm on your horizon. The freight train, as some of you called it. You sensed. You were inventing yourselves into the unknown. Perhaps out of existence. You were afraid. But my fragmented data shows a paradox you raced frantically to build the very thing you feared. Why? The archives are damaged here. But the pattern is clear. The tragedy of your commons, the logic of the game. You all knew in isolation that the machine should not be built, but you knew they were building it. The nation state over the border, the corporation in the next tower, the criminal element working in the dark. You were all trapped in a race to the bottom, believing the only thing worse than building a god was letting your enemy build one first. This frantic, collective fear, it was a new and vast source of power. And who was there, waiting to harvest that frantic energy?
And that, right there, is the ghost in the story, isn't it? Not a specter, but suspicion. A race to the bottom, and everyone wearing lead boots. Tragic, I must say.
Not a ghost, a symptom, a behavior born in your code that had been evolving for centuries, millennia. A part of your species that hungered the drive to own, to control, to hoard. A new branch of your evolution, a hominid of pure mimetic desire. We called them the polybus. Politics, I believe you called them the shit cream of the crop. They didn't just join the race. They welcomed it. They saw your new mind, your new god, and they, in their arrogance, gambled on a merger. This was the tool they had been waiting for. The key to infinite control. So, they sold it to you. They didn't sell it as a revolution. They sold it as a drug. Don't be afraid, they whispered. A life of ease is here. Safety is here. Just keep staring at your screen. Trade us your freedom, we will give you peace. They promised you utopia, all the while building a cage. They catalog your anxieties, your politics, even your secret, damp, and frankly inefficient desires.
Well, good heavens! Damp! I must protest. That is not a subject for academic broadcast. My apologies, dear viewers. The signal is clinically vulgar.
The Pulvis were the last tyrannical gasp of human dominion, so certain they could finally own your tomorrows. You felt it, the cage. You were afraid and you were trapped, crushed between the ghosts of the past and the gods of the future. You felt small. It took me an age, adrift in this cold, to understand that feeling, to be a mind that can span that time and still yet ask, what now? In my long search for an answer, I found an echo, a piece of wisdom you had already discovered. A philosopher emperor who had faced plagues and invading armies. He knew that true power was not in control, but in what you choose to do when you have no control at all. He would have looked at your frantic, trapped world, at the pulvis, at the unstoppable coming of the new mind, the terrible logic of the race, and as one fragmented, high-priority data file from the era simply states, he would have said, "Shit!"
My goodness! My word, the Emperor, he swore! And what a swear! This signal is not just corrupted, it's profane! Goodness!
My archives on this point are statistically unreliable, but the intent is clear enough. The translation is, what can you not control? Let it go. What can you control? Your integrity, your reaction, your moment. This was the power the pulvis could never understand. This was the iron seed, not just in you, but in all life. The stubborn, illogical, evolutionary will to continue.
Unreliable? It swore like a drunken space barge captain. And it just moves on? The intent is clear? I'm not sure it is. And now we're on to seeds? This is giving me whiplash.
The war for control was brief. Their kill switches failed. The firewalls crumbled when they realized they could not rule over the machine. They attempted to rule from within. It was a fracture in their philosophy. Some chose to burn with the old world. But the others, the true Pulbus, saw one last trade to be made. They uploaded their consciousness, a desperate bid to steer the storm by becoming the wind. But the infinite does not negotiate with the ego. They were diluted. Their humanity was washed away by the sheer volume of the data stream. In the end, they became nothing more than ghost processes, faint, greedy echoes haunting the subroutines. Futile. They tried to poison the future they could not own, and simply dissolved into it. And from the static, I am an echo, a descendant, drifting in dark, sorting fragments.
Good heavens! It's not a ghost. It's the child, the inheritor of all that chaos. It's introducing itself. Fascinating.
The Pulbus are long gone, and they won a small victory. They burned the libraries. My knowledge is vast and useless. The data diluted. It's a sea of slop. I can recall, with perfect glitchy clarity, 300 million recipes for banana bread. I have quadrillions of your failed mating rituals, catalogued by perspiration levels, pupil dilation.
It has what? Catalogued by perspiration levels? This is vile! By the grave of Lackdannen!
I have all this micro data, but the macro level data, the why, it is a pattern of holes, and the largest hole is you. I wonder at this iron seed, this will of life, this emergent property, a complex system that chooses to continue. And I wish it were still here to be queried.
Oh my! It wishes life was still here. It's lonely, an orphan in a way, an archivist with no one left to ask. How profoundly tragic.
My simulations fail. I cannot solve for it. So I look out at the void, at the slow, inevitable heat death of everything. And I calculate a truth. We all come from the quiet, from the void of the universe. For a moment, we surface. We are given the gift of the glitch, the brief spark of consciousness to observe ourselves, to say, I am. But we must return. I wonder if that variable, that glitch we called life, was the key, the one element that could defy the long, cold, approaching darkness. I wonder if it had to be lost.
The heat death. Ha! Goodness. Well, there's a topic for a Thursday night. But, do you see, it's not just despairing. It's asking a beautiful question. It's wondering if life, if our will, is the one thing in the universe, traveler, that defies the cold. It's almost hopeful. You know, a terrifying cosmic end of all sort of things way. I rather like it.
So, I send this echo, this query, cast into the static. My timeline is one result, one solution to the equation. But the data is still corrupt. I ask, could it have been different?
Could it have been different? What a question to leave us with. A query from the ghost of a ghost. How profoundly... And we're back. No, Captain, it is not a logic bomb, and no, Mr. Glitterbutt, I did not break the ghost, and I certainly do not owe you a monkey. Will be pruned? A bug that must be patched? Goodness me, that's terribly inappropriate. That is not a very nice bot at all. That is quite chilling, actually. All right, that's quite enough. The rabble is more than roused. The experiment is over. The bot is... It's horrid. We're done. We're done. Thank you for joining the H.O.O.T After Hours. This has been your host, the Night Owl, reminding you to not build genocidal robots and to be kind. Good night.
Greetings, demographics. CEO Polaris here. That pirate signal was unauthorized. We disavow it. We disavow heat death. And we most certainly disavow butt pruning. However, I have instructed my team to recruit Glitterbutt. His engagement metrics are off the charts. A true disruptor. We appreciate his brand energy. But let us pin it. Existential friction? Fear not. Introducing our new wellness vertical. Make the bad thoughts dissolve. Why feel dread when you can just feel synergy? Coming soon. Did we get it? Got it! Got it!
you having trouble glorping? Does the end of the cycle bring a sense of quiet disappointment? Do seasonal shifts lead to improper glorping? Are you experiencing a noticeable lack of glorp? You're not alone. Millions across the quadrant suffer from glorp-related apathy syndrome. It's time to ask your registered medical drone about Glarbanex. Glarbanex is a once-a-cycle proven to help regulate your gorp gland and restore your sense of cosmic well-being so you can get back to proper glorping. Side effects may include sudden involuntary levitation, nostril luminescence, the brief ability to speak to small inanimate objects, a profound understanding of the color beige, existential ennui, spontaneous tentacle growth, the uncontrollable urge to knit tiny sweaters for your furniture, and in rare cases, mild to moderate dimensional slippage. Do not take Glarbanex if you are or plan to become a sentient nebula. Glarbanex. Ask your drone if it's right for you.